Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bri.
See, Fatty fail already. Gotta love it. Gotta love it right out of the gate. This is how you be professional. Fatty fail already, right out of the gate. And there it is. And a Fatty fail.
You had that one ready.
Oh, I love that.
It's right. Hey, it's right underneath. It's like the very top one. I just got to click it all the time. Just Fatty fail. Fatty fail. I do have a Bri fail in here now somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
I want to
It
see
is in there.
You
We've
better
seen
be
it.
careful. Well, it's a new one.
Oh, it's a new one.
Can we see
You
it,
better be
please?
careful.
So, I mean, you got to keep it in the holster for tonight.
I got to keep it in the holster. I got to keep it in the holster for right
Okay,
now.
fine.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Legal Ham to the Face. You already got your first Fatty fail of the night. Here we go. I am Jared Fatty Bates. I am here with Big Bri.
Hey, guys.
I'm also here with Sherry, Brown's fangirl.
Hello.
We have a special guest waiting for us in the wings here. We have Roger from the Dawg Chug and Network 216 to join us here a little bit later as we talk some guards, some Fat Boy Tuesday with condiments, and our top three, which is our favorite condiments in our fridge right now. We will also be hitting on the Browns' new uniforms, the Cavs winning the championship. We will also do our trivia from City Dogs, Cleveland. And we always start out our show with some shout outs. Bri, do you have any shout outs tonight?
I don't have any great ones. I'll just I'll let you know. You guys know I was down in Mohican this weekend, and I'm actually going back there on Saturday to do the exact same thing. But if you're looking for something to do, I think I've shouted them out. Maybe every year I do it. Go down there, do some cabrewing, do some kayaking, or just float down the river. We saw a ton of people just in their inner tubes tying off each other, and 20 people, and just float and have a good time. So, I mean, it's a bit of a drive for a lot of people. It's probably about an hour from Medina here. So anywhere, I think you can even do it in Cuyahoga Falls or something like that. We'll have to talk to Roger there. But something to do in the summer. We only get 6 months of this good weather. So yeah, get a group of people together. And like I said, so much fun. I'm doing it again.
Yeah. How do you get double weekend of cabrewing? I'm kind of jealous.
It's just how it happened. You know, we do a weekend trip every year. I'm just going down there with some friends, but also my wife's family is going down, and they go down every year, and we just can't make it, but we can actually make it this year.
I'm going over top because we've already hit the rated R era in our chat because Justin said if we use condiments, we probably wouldn't have got pregnant with condiments. And
You're talking to me.
Yeah, I know.
Talking.
It kind of went downhill from there because I saw a couple of things that you wrote before with the allergic to certain things that was in the chat beforehand. So if you want to see something really comical, go to our live chat right now that Sherry's in charge of, and holy cow.
I got it.
Bri, how about this? You watch my kids this weekend and I'll go cabrewing.
You can take them with you. They're at the age. I mean, it's not like it's adults only. What's that?
Cabrewing?
Oh, yeah. All you do is float down. You sit in an inner tube and you float down the river. Kind of like you won't take them golfing. That's a you problem. They're old enough. You can start taking them to doing this stuff.
No.
I mean, they can't drive you home, but you can have a good time with them.
Don't you toy with that. There's two of them. One can run the pedals, one can steer. All right. Don't you start that.
That's what my sister and I did.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Confirmation turned out fine.
See, everything turned out fine.
Twin confirmation right here.
All right, Sherry, you got any shout outs this week?
Yes, I do. My friend on Twitter, Dion Barksdale, is restoring my faith in humanity. It's a long story, but I'm going to keep it short. He's just super good guy. When I win the Powerball, I'm moving him out of the hood.
Heck yeah. And if you haven't bought your Powerball tickets, please do. It's over $1 billion. And
Really?
not to spit at, the Mega Millions is up at 640 million right now. So either one, just throw in a couple bucks, get your chance at it. Everybody else will, and probably somebody in Florida or somebody in Washington or somebody in California are going to win everything.
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts,
Long Island.
The Bears. Somebody from the Bears is going to win. That's how it always works. I really don't have any shout outs this week. Just want to shout out my kids and my family. Had a great weekend. Kind of chillax. I do have to shout out Charlie. He's roughing it right now, Bri. He got the braces put on. So
boy.
He is not a happy camper right now.
Yeah, that's some painful stuff.
And I completely forgot what it was like the first time to get him on.
Hurts.
And man, he is just like his lips on top. I feel so bad for him because he's not hungry. He's not eating anything. I'm like, buddy, thank God they put in a pulp right next to our house. Do you want to go get a smoothie? And he was like, I'm like, all right, we'll go later. So I got to go get smoothies later, Bri, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our show is brought to you by hkeehl and Lake Erie APA, if you did not know that already, and also City Dogs of Cleveland. Been sponsoring us for years. Bri, we got to figure out what we're doing for fantasy this year. I
know. Craig's been hitting me up already.
I have the new prizes this year, Bri. We are going to have a $50 gift card from Melt. We are going to have another $50 gift card from Mr. B's. Another $50 gift card from Rookies. And then maybe some APA apparel on the backside. So we got a huge going right now. And normally we only take a handful. So we'll keep you posted if we have any openings.
Right.
So just keep it right now. We might have 2 openings here coming to the end. If you want in on the illegal ham to the face fantasy football league, we'll figure out what we're doing here in the next couple weeks, Brian. We got to figure it out. Also,
that's better than what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say first place gets 17 Columbus Crew t-shirts.
No, that's for our trip Wednesday when we go to the Wood Nickel.
Okay.
So I'm bringing some crew tickets or crew shirts with me to the Wood Nickel. We will be there next Wednesday. Sherry will be there. I will be there.
Awesome.
Brian will be there. We're going to have a good time there. We're going to have a blast. I can't wait. They've been sharing it out on their Facebook page. They're excited to have us. And Bri, dare I say, another wing challenge coming up. See how they do their wings out there.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So,
I got hope.
Now, I'll get the wings, Bri, but I'll allow you to have one of them to help me taste it. And I'll give you a flat because I know you like the flats.
At this point, I'll take whatever. I won't be picky.
You want boneless?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Bri, let's get into our show. Let's get some trivia going. All right.
Yeah.
Let me find the sounder because I am just everywhere. We do have a new puppy tonight, so I can't wait for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Is brought to you by City Dogs of Cleveland. And Bri, we have a new puppy tonight as I am pulling up his information right now. And he is a ham. And I am not joking with this one. Our new dog of the week this week, his name is Jalapeno. All right. Now, Bri, brace yourself for this one. He had professional pictures done. Look at this little meatball as he comes up.
Oh, man.
Look at this little meatball.
Oh, the bow tie.
Oh, bow tie.
Bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that face. Look. Oh, the regular tie.
Jalapeno is a big ham of a dog who really shines when he is away from his kennel. His favorite activities include rolling in the grass, doing zoomies, and splooting with his turkey legs out. He is also emerging as a fun model, as you can tell by these wonderful pictures
Oh
here.
my goodness. He's perfect.
He is smart, attentive, light to people. Also a social butterfly when it comes to greeting new friends. Happily doles out kisses if invited affection, but also polite and easygoing if you don't. He is fun, affectionate goober who's eager to please his people, and he is ready for his big break out of the kennel. So please adopt him. He is a compact 50-pound nugget, and he's estimated to be 4 years old. Please
Good
adopt
age.
him.
Like that one. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's the best. Pretty bow tie.
There, isn't it? So get a hold of City Dogs Cleveland. Please adopt Jalapeno.
He's
we love
perfect.
all their stuff is scrolling down here at the bottom. We thank them so much for sponsoring our show. We love them to death and always try to help get some dogs adopted that need them. So there is Jalapeno, Bri. What do you think?
Should be gobbled up here probably in the next week, I would think, based on those pictures.
I would think tonight.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hustle on over.
So he's much better looking than Jared, but that doesn't take much. No, Justin, it does not.
Oh, Justin.
Oh, boy.
Wow, he is just taking
Justin.
The low-hanging fruit.
He's coming in hot. Justin's coming in hot.
It's all right. I'm jolly. I'm all right with being jolly.
Jolly.
All right, Brian, give us the trivia for tonight. What do we got going on? Is it, tell me it's basketball or something fun like that?
Well, it's the betting show, so we got a little NFL betting. And to me, it's kind of obvious. Top 5 teams in the NFL, at least based on what Vegas thinks, based on what we saw last year. You got the 4 teams that made the conference championship, and then probably throw the Bills in there as number 5. So give me that 6th team, the 6th most likely team, or the 6th best odds to win the Super Bowl. You got Philly, Kansas City, Cincinnati, San Francisco, and Buffalo. I think a lot of people that's the consensus top 5. So give me number 6.
Number 6, right behind all of them?
Yep.
All right. I like it. That's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to do that one here a little bit later, Brian, because that's making me think. I got there's in my head right now.
There's a bit of a drop off. You got the top 5, and then there's a bit of a drop off. So kind of like tiers that we were doing a couple weeks ago. This would be the top team of that next tier.
You can't bring that up, Sherry. That's helping me out. And I don't think it's them because they're hot garbage. So
did she say the Dolphins because she's a Dolphins fan?
I am not a Dolphins fan. I am a Dolphins acknowledger.
Supporter?
I acknowledge they're a team.
Okay. Well done.
All right. Well, let's get into our Cleveland headlines tonight, Bri. And I hope Chris is in here to hear the bass beat on this. Stay out of the comments, Bri. Oh, Bri left and he's back. Are we good?
Back.
We're good. All right. So we start out with your Cleveland headlines. The Cleveland is a champion city once again, Bri. Your Cleveland Cavaliers are champions of the Summer League out in Vegas. Bri, should we celebrate this like you wouldn't believe? Should we just get the horns and the party music out and just 1.3 million go downtown and just start trashing shit?
Yes.
If you want to, if you're looking for a party, I'm not gonna rain on your parade, so to speak. But it's kind of like it's almost like a friend's gender reveal party to me. Like, okay, we can celebrate that, but it's just kind of a reason to party. So if we're looking for a reason to party, drink beer and have a good time, then sure, let's do it. So yeah, if you want to celebrate it, by all means. I'm pretty sure it was on ESPN yesterday. I meant to watch it. I really didn't turn it on though. But they won pretty convincingly.
That's all right. I'll bring the redneck mimosas, Bri. We'll go
Sure.
and just celebrate it down there at Mohican.
Right. Yeah, I think.
So they're the champions of summer camp is what we're saying.
Pretty much.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's awesome, right? Hey, right here. You number 15, 16, 17 on the Cavs roster, you won a championship finally. All right.
First one ever. Even
to
when
go.
LeBron was playing, they didn't win it.
Now, are they going to hang a banner in the?
Oh no! Oh,
come
God,
on, they
no.
gotta have.
I mean, they might have like one of those participation
Trophies?
plaques that's about that big that they stick on the wall, like we're using a urinal or something. But I can't imagine they would do anything too big to acknowledge it.
Out participation trophies to all the guys at summer camp.
I think they got rings. From what I heard today, they got rings.
All right. Well, all right.
Does it say
Which would be pretty cool.
Does it say Summer Camp 2023 on the ring?
Vacation Bible School champions.
Yes.
And in Columbus here, he says he's still drunk from the title we won last night. Let's get those.
Good for you, Ed. I like that.
Yeah, celebrate that stuff. The other thing everybody is celebrating right now is the Browns. Once again, if they can't be in the news, they'll find news to make. They have made it back in with their all-white uniforms that came out today, Bri.
Jazz hands, you guys.
How excited are you about the all-white unis? Bri, how about you?
I think the white helmets look okay. I'd give them C plus. I think the only way you could do it is with white. I think those helmets with a brown jersey, I think will look god awful. It would look like a glitch in a EA Sports game or something like that. Yep. Like something's just not right. So you do it with white. You know, we saw it with the Bengals last year. Kind of a lot of people got on board with that. So yeah, it'll be cool. It's something different, I guess. You know, for a team that hasn't changed their helmet in 70 years or something like that. It's something to get excited about. For 3 games, anyways.
Like, I'm still surprised they haven't put numbers on the helmet. Like, I was expecting maybe a number on the
They've
helmet.
done I guess you're right. They have done that a couple times, but this white helmet would have looked nice, I bet.
But that's all right. You know, well, I'm okay with it. Sherry, how do you feel about the white uni? Are you okay with it, or are you just like, eh?
I'm okay with it. It's nice. It's different. But I'm not going to be throwing a parade for it.
Now, the only thing I worry about the white uni, Bri.
How dirty. So dirty.
No. Bri, you know what I'm talking about. Was that kid from Baylor or Miami? What kid was it that had a little accident out on?
Oh, Miami.
Miami.
Oh, they've always worn white pants. So that's nothing new.
Well, that was a white pants with a brown streak right down through the middle. You know,
Florida. That's what it was. Florida. I think it was a Gator.
Oh man,
Poop happens.
I get that it happens right in the middle of a game as you're blocking somebody.
Excitement. He had a scaredy poop. That was a scaredy poop.
Is that what that's called? A scaredy
Yeah.
poop?
You ever poop before you fly on an airplane? Scaredy poop.
Yeah, I call that a wet fart. That's not really a poop. It's like a man.
Let me. No. This is a real phenomenon.
Is there really a scared poop?
A scaredy poop.
She's a scientist. She knows.
I have an N of 2 because I have a twin. So we confirm.
Okay. There is such thing as called scared.
Double the information. No
Right.
pun intended on double.
Bri, I mean, I don't mind the white uniform personally. For me, it's just another uniform. I still want to see the all orange uni. Just bring that thing.
I was going to ask you.
Let it fly.
So would that be, if you can make a change to the Cleveland uniform, what would you do? If you can make just one, would it be the orange uniform, or what are you thinking? Change the helmet?
I wouldn't change the helmet, except I wouldn't have the stripes down the middle. I just have one solid color helmet, but then have the orange uni with the brown and white stripes on the shoulders and going down the legs. I think that would look sweet, but that's just, like that. But Casey said those uniforms are clean as F. Going to look great on Monday Night Football when they're wrecking the Steelers. Now they are only wearing them 3 times. They came out
scaredy poop.
Yeah, because of the scared poop. They're doing it Monday night against the Steelers. They are doing it also against the 49ers. And I believe Thursday Night Football with the Jets is what I saw. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think it's okay until they win something. It's like, okay, you got a new uniform. Woo. Until you win in it, I kind of just sitting here waiting. Like, I love the color rush uniforms, but you got to do something in them.
Yeah, we're waiting. I mean, I would love to see an all orange jersey. Like that would look awesome, even if or orange pants or something with it. You got to do the white numbers, though, in my opinion. I've seen these like off sites that have orange jerseys with brown numbers, and they don't really do much to me. So, so I think the white numbers with the orange jerseys, the orange helmets. I'm dying to see it. We saw it a little bit in the Butch Davis era, but they had those shadow numbers, which I think I've talked about on here for a while ago. That not a fan of the shadow numbers. The ones on the white jerseys look okay, but yeah, I think with this white helmet, that's about the only jersey, or that's the best jersey that you could have it with.
I think it's just gonna be weird seeing it for the first time, Bri. Like,
Yeah.
you see him run out in white, and you're like, hold on. There's no orange. There's really no brown. What is this going on? And then the other thing is like, I get really, the Bengals did it last year. You got to copy the Bengals. Like, you can come up with a whole different uniform. You had to pick a white one. Like, come on.
That's gonna confuse the new fans. They're gonna think that we're now the polar bears, not the Browns.
Hey,
the new fans.
Don't talk about the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. All right, that's a team to be reckoned with.
I'm not bringing them into this. I'm just stating all white is going to confuse people.
Justin, that'd be the perfect name for the uniforms, the Scaredy Poos.
I'm trademarking that.
There it is.
Yeah, if you don't got brown in your uniform, make a little brown yourself, right?
Okay. We're going to get into guards here now. The guards have come back. They got swept by the Rangers, which shows you what the hell a good team looks like. And then they went out and beat Pittsburgh 11-0 with a bullpen session. There is rumbling now about Aaron Savali getting traded. There's also rumblings about how hurt Shane Bieber is. Revamping this roster because we are still 2.5 back, or I think 2 back of Minnesota. So, Bri, it's going to be a tough stretch here for the Guardians because you still don't know what they are, who they are, or what they're about to be. So you can't really predict the future. But right now, if they got to trade Savali, he's been pitching okay. If you're going to do it and you're going to pull the trigger, at that point in time, if you're pulling that trigger, it's time to make some wholesale changes on this team. At that point in time, that means Miles Straw, see ya. Rosario, see ya. Everybody else that has been here that hasn't done bleep, see ya. It's time to bring in some fresh kids, see what they can do. I know Oscar Gonzalez is crushing the ball in minor leagues, and they don't like him for some odd reason. You got Josh Bell, who's sitting on the bench when you need a hit because he can't hit anything right now. It is just kind of a cluster of what the hell is going on with this team because, like you and I talked, pretty much the 7 through 9 hitter don't hit anything. And the other thing is, from here on out, I don't want to see any other catcher except Bo Naylor, period. Bo Naylor every day. Don't want to see anybody else.
Every day, all day.
We're carrying 3 catchers right now, Bri. Why? Why are we carrying 3 catchers right now?
Is Freeman a catcher? Considered a catcher?
Freeman is considered everything. Freeman's considered. I think he's the shortstop in waiting that we've been wanting to get in at shortstop to see how well he can do. Beside Rosario, but like even in the outfield, put Quan where he's supposed to be in center field. Get Miles Straw out of there because he can't hit the damn ball, and figure out what you're going to do in right and left field. And at that point in time, that's what you're going to have to do because this is just getting ridiculous with this team. You know, you have a chance to win, and like Texas, and I'll even say right now, Texas showed you how to do it. Texas beat you at your own game. You had a 4-0 lead on Texas, ended up losing a game 12-4, Bri. You want to know why? They beat you at your own game. They did clutch hitting when needed to be clutch hitting. Doubles, singles, home run, game over, 12-4. Like, I just sat there and watched the last game that they played against them. Indians were up 2 going into the 8th inning. Or Guardians were up 2 going into the 8th inning, Brian. I just sat there and I'm like, nope, they're going to lose this. I can see it now. Boom, there it was. Texas did it again to them. When you have a team that can actually hit the ball, you got to be scared of them. Well, this is where we're at. Cleveland, you need to be scary. You need to hit the ball, and we have nobody here to hit the ball except for probably 3 people right now, and it's not good.
Yeah, my head was spinning because I went down to Mohican and we were in first place, and I come back, and as soon as I'm able to check scores again on Sunday night, we've lost 3 in a row, and our biggest trade chip is hurt and might not pitch for a very long time. So it was a pretty big buzzkill for me. And it's the roller coaster that this season's going to be. You know, we going into the break, we're in first place, and then we lose a game, but oh well, you know, look forward to this break at the All-Star game and get a couple days off, and then we're feeling good, and we get a dose of reality, and we get our lunch handed to us, and you know, we get brought back down to reality, and now we're a couple games back, and then, you know, we're feeling down about ourselves, and then we go out and win 11-0. So it's like we're back up on the up, and so Guardians are just kind of stuck in purgatory, in my opinion. Like, what do we do? I don't think anybody has the answer. Like, how could you really say, okay, let's make a push for the playoffs and for a championship this year? And you also can't say, hey, let's just pack it in. Let's look towards next year because you play in such a terrible division. So it's just, we're talking ourselves in circles every week, and it's going to be this roller coaster till the bitter end, I believe, unless the Twins just completely fall off.
Yes, Sherry.
I have 2 cents.
Okay.
Can we just keep Josh Naylor in the whole game?
That's true too.
Just him and Jose.
Just 2 people in a pitcher,
Yep.
like bench warmers. We can do that.
Yeah, what did he just had like 4 days off? What does he need a break for in the weekend series? It doesn't make sense.
Right, the kid broke his ankle. All right, you know, a long time ago. Plus, buddy, when you're down in Texas, fat people don't like to sweat that much. He's a bigger boy. You know how hot it gets in Texas, especially sweating out all that brisket and everything else that you eat down there. You know, there's only so much you can do down. That's why Prince Fielder didn't do so good down there, is because he's a big boy, just can't handle it. He's got to be up in the northern states where you get a little cool breeze off the lake and cool him down. You know, you can't have him too hot.
So that's why all the saunas have the no brisket sign on them.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
Okay.
You're going to come out of there smelling like, yeah. Well, at this point in time, I'm bringing in our guest because he's been waiting in the wings, and he has, Bri, one of the best baseball minds I know, knows everything about this Guardians team, and I want to bring him in on this one because I think it's going to be fun to hear his opinion. So from the Dawg Chug, we have Roger on with us in Network 216. So Roger, you ready? And here he comes. As he's chugging already. Here we go.
Like it. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Need some encouragement.
Fellas, man, thank you for having me. I had to do a proper Dawg Chug entrance. Even though Andy's going to criticize it, I really sipped on that. You know what? I listen to you guys all the time. Thank you for having me tonight. I want to tell you why Big Bri is one of my favorite Cleveland podcasters, and it's lines like, over the summer break, the Bible school champions. That's why I love Big Bri. That's why I listen to Illegal Ham to the Face, and I love you guys so much. Jared, thank you for having me. You got Larry up in the corner. You guys ever see Fletch, the movie Fletch? And Gina Davis plays a role. If you ever read the books, Larry has a much bigger character in the Fletch books. And there's my Larry for Dawg Chug sitting up there in my right-hand corner up there. So thank you for having me tonight, guys. Man, I'm blown away. I appreciate it.
Of course. We'd love to have you on. I can't thank you enough for having me on Dawg Chug. I had a blast with you guys when I joined you guys. And I power bombed 2 drinks right in a row, thinking like that's how they do it. And they're like, okay, wow, you are here to stay, aren't you? I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, you came prepared, you know, for sure. You came and you did, man, as long as our goal on Dawg Chug is for you to have a good time, our guests to have a good time. Tomorrow night, we got Yvette coming in, and, you know, we're going to have the viewership jumps up when Yvette shows up, and Lena is going to stop by. So our viewership's going to be up tomorrow night. You guys should tune in to that.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure she says it Yvette.
She does, and I'm from West 69th. We say Yvette.
You know, I just like to give you a hard time.
So, guys, thank you, man.
Ed says there's too much blue in this podcast. Go Buckeyes. Roger, you're not a Michigan fan, are you?
Go blue.
Get out of here. Hell,
All right. Well,
what's taking us?
I muted Bri. I have muted Sherry. This show has gone off the rails. Everybody that's watching right now, I apologize that I've allowed this to happen to this show. This was never supposed to happen to this show. We were not supposed to have this many Michigan people or Michigan fans on this show. And we're just going to here. Let me unmute Bri back in. Bri's back in now.
I can't believe it. You kept this from me as well. Yeah, I guess.
I didn't know.
Do your research, man.
You know why you didn't know this? Because you did those 2 bombs on the Dawg Chug, because that we talked about it. And I don't have the flag up because I'm redecorating here. But my cousin played on the 78 Rose Bowl team, and I've been maize and blue ever since. And, my cousin's smarter than me. Those kids were smarter. I went to Eds. They went to Iggy's and played football and played hockey. And went on to play some semi-pro and play college football. So I've been a Michigan fan. How about I got my
there we go.
There you go.
Well done, sir.
Go blue.
Right.
Yeah, 75% of this podcast.
There goes all your viewers. You're never going to have me back.
No. We'll have you back. But see, what we're going to do is, since you're here, we're going to move you to the little screen now, because this is the Ohio State fandom right here. You guys are over here. All live in Ohio that are Michigan fans. Boo to you. I'm going to take the big head right now. No. So, Roger, you heard us talking about the Guardians here at the beginning. What are your thoughts on what's going on right now? Because this is kind of getting ridiculous. They come out of the break, they lose, they get swept by the Rangers. They win last night against Pittsburgh with a bullpen session, which, granted, you got that going on. How are you feeling about your Cleveland Guardians right now?
You know what? My advice to Guardians fans right now, we, like you said, we just left Texas. We got swept. And it was 2 blown bullpen games where 2 games we could have walked out of Texas, taken 2 out of 3 on the road from actually a struggling Texas team before we got, before the break. They lost 16 of 22 going into the break. But my advice is, why don't we just sit back? The Texas Rangers, if you think about it, they won the West in 2016. In 2007, that's the year that we lost to the Cubs in the World Series. They tore it down in 2017, and from that point on, they went. They lost 92 games, 94 games, 102 games. They were in 4th place, 5th place in the West from 2017 all the way up to last year. In the meantime, the Guardians we didn't make a move. We continued to try to compete even through the COVID years. You remember that's when Bieber won his Cy Young, and we didn't trade Lindor until 2020. So our rebuild really didn't start to 2020, coming into 2021. So we're really 2 seasons into it, right? So the fans in Texas had 5 years of misery, 94 losses. We're in a bad division. As we do a rebuild and we get this young core together, we're coincidentally in competition to win a division and not being buried in the bottom and losing 90 games a year. We have the luxury of these young guys, these core young players, and we talk about guys like Miles Straw and Amid Rosario. They're not part of that core, that future. They're not part of it right now. They're placeholders. I think a big part of it is they don't want 5 guys coming up for arbitration, in the last 2 years of their contract, all in 2025, when we're competing for a World Series going to 26. I think that's what our front office is where they're at.
But okay, so you're saying that, but if that's the case, then right now, why are we even trying then? If you're not going to bring up the guys because of arbitration and everything else, then why didn't you tear it down to the studs? Why didn't you trade away Jose Ramirez? Why didn't you trade away everything that you could have traded away, got the prospects going the way you did, but you re-signed Jose Ramirez. You re-signed now the second baseman Jimenez, to a longer contract. You got younger pitchers that you signed to like a little bit of a long. It's like they didn't want to completely tear it down because they like where they're at. But where they're at is just mediocre in a shitty division. Even if they make the playoffs, they're not winning the World Series. We all agree on that, right?
Absolutely. You're not going to win the World Series this year. I never counted. I never expected it. But to answer your question, this is what they've always done. they've never really torn it down, and they've lost 100 games since Tito Francona's been there. They'll shave it. They'll stay in contention. And if you look at the history of this front office, and especially since Tito Francona's been there, we're always in the hunt. 7 out of 10 years that Tito's been there. They stay in the hunt. They stay within 2-3 games of the division 7 out of the last 10 years. Tito Francona has gone he wins on the road and he goes 500. He goes 500 on the road and he wins at home. And that's his formula. And that's what he does. And that's how he puts it together, that we're really competitive every year if you look over the last 10 years of Francona being here. So they've never completely dumpstered it. You know, they'll get rid of the Lindor, they'll get rid of some pitchers, they'll get rid of Kluber, and they'll start to rebuild. What they have a problem doing is developing corner outfielders and power hitters. But that's not their philosophy. Their philosophy in this last draft especially was more contact hitters. Guys that put the bat on the ball and put the ball in play. And that's just what they do right now.
I mean,
I think as Roger alluded to, I think there's 3 things that are preventing the Guardians from tearing it down to the studs like the Rangers did. One is Francona and just his success as a manager. He's not going to stick around through a rebuild, or he's not going to want to. And, you know, he can coach these guys up regardless of their talent. Number 2 is Jose Ramirez last year took a hometown discount. And so I'm absolutely going to bring him back. Now, had he said, you need to pay me what I'm worth, okay,
there it is.
We'll probably see you later. And then number 3 is the success that they had last year. Nobody was expecting them to be as good as they were last year. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to tear down to the studs after having that successful run last year? No, you're just going to kind of keep pushing forward and keep hoping that you can improve every single season. And this year, you know, you kind of come back down to where you probably thought you were going to be after doing what we did a couple seasons ago.
Absolutely. I wrote 2,000 words. I write for NEO Sports Insider, and I wrote 2,000 words on exactly what you just said, Big Brian. Are the Guardians a team that are underachieving and not taking advantage of winning a weak division, or are they a club that's just starting to gain some confidence, just starting to grow as professional ball players that surprised everybody in baseball, including themselves, by winning the division last year? And all of a sudden, because of that division win of a very young ball club, all these expectations by fans have been heaped on them to win a World Series. And that's nowhere where our organization's at. And they're saying Tito Francona's failing, and they're still trying to develop ball players. We got a core of maybe 5 or 6 field position players. We don't have a center fielder. Our shortstop, what are they going to do with shortstop? Are they going to move Jimenez there, or are they going to bring Rocchio? Rocchio has taken 1,800 at-bats so far. That's right around the time where you start bringing guys up, 1,800 to 2,000 at-bats in the minor leagues. He's hitting 278, you know. He's showing that he can play elite defense. Like I said, I don't know if it's about an arbitration thing, but you bring up 7, 8 young guys, and then they all come, you know, and they're all going through the arbitration system together while you're trying to win a world championship, when you could have held off a year, because you're not going to, like you said, you're not going to win a World Series this year unless you go on a 22-game win streak going into October. You know, I don't think they planned on it.
That's the thing. Like, that's where I get frustrated as a fan, is because you sit there and yes, we're still, because it's such a shitty division, we're still in the hunt for the division. We can still make the playoffs. Hey, we're going to make the playoffs. All right. But we get there and it's like, oh, wow, we're 7th graders playing college teams. Oh, shit. Yeah. Like, it's Little League versus
grown men
that they were playing. And it's just like, you're sitting there watching, like, we can have all the pitching in the world. That's not going to matter. We don't have a bat to help us out, get further along where we need to, because guess what? One home run changes the out course of an entire game, and we don't have that one person that people fear. Now, Naylor is getting there now, hitting behind Hosey. He's starting to get there. They're starting to fear him because he's been hitting okay, but we don't have a true power hitter, and we haven't had a true power hitter, and I don't know how long. Like, I'm going back to like Tommy and Albert Bell years almost. Like, Hafner was hurt, Pronk hurt. Like you assign these guys. Like I just want a guy in this lineup that people look at it and like, man, if I make a mistake over the plate, it's going to be gone. And we don't have that guy. And I don't know why we can't develop that guy. We can develop every pitcher known to man, relief, closer, starter. We just throw out pitchers like it's just like we're eating Skittles. Just here's another one. Hey, got another one coming up the pipeline. Here's another one. Like people I've never even heard of, like are coming out of the woodwork now. And it's like the guy that started last night that's in the bullpen used to be a starter. Hey, here's another one. Let's throw him out there.
Xavier Curry, yeah.
But, I mean, like, we're throwing pitchers out like crazy. Just one hitter. Why can't we just get one hitter?
But you know what? They do have a reserve of pitchers. They have a reserve of middle infielders. You know, I live here in Cuyahoga Falls. And, yes, you can float down the river, man, right up the street.
Is that right?
Right. You go over to in Monroe Falls. There's a park there, and they have the launches, and they have the school buses with all the canoes and all the river floats, and and you float down the river. It's a good couple miles from Monroe Falls to downtown Cuyahoga Falls. Make sure you get out there with your family and check that out.
Cool.
Yeah. But I lost my train of thought thinking about it. Oh, I go to Acre games, and I see Juan Brito playing the hot corner down in for the Ducks. And we were there about a week or two ago, and it was fireworks night. They went in extra innings, and they intentionally walked Brito. The next kid got a base hit. We walked it off. But Juan Brito is the future. Is he going to be a second baseman? Is he going to play the hot corner? I think Jose Ramirez can play anywhere you put him on the ball diamond, and he can play first base playing DH with Naylor. I think we do have the big hitter and Bo Naylor on our and Josh Naylor, but Bo Naylor can swing the bat. But with all this reserve, with the people and the kids that we got, you can trade for that bat, and I think they're a season away from that. That's I just believe that they were just as shocked as everybody else. They won, and we can't be faulted for they were picked. The White Sox were picked to win the 2022 Central Division, and the Twins were in behind them. We were down third by 950. Our chances of winning it were not even close. So you can't blame the Guardians for the ineptitude of the Minnesota Twins and La Russa up there last year with the White Sox and all that talent they had, and we had just been cruising along at third, building our team, getting ready to go to the 2024-25 season. And I think that's where the organization is still focused on. I can't answer the question with Miles Straw and Amid Rosario. My only answer is there's nobody ready to take over center field full-time or shortstop with second base. I don't know if they're going to move, Jimenez to short or if Rocchio is the future because he's damn good.
Well, it's one of those things that you're going to have to pay attention to here in the next couple of weeks because the next couple of weeks are going to pretty much decide what the Guardians are going to do here with the next few games. And, we're going to have some fun. But, Roger, you're here to have some fun with us. And one of the fun things we like to do, you guys do, what is it? Sip, spit, and chug, right?
Yes, we do.
Well, a little thing we like to do, and I don't have the pig because the pig got destroyed. We play a little game called Eat or Pass. And
Eat or Pass?
Yes. So we have a pig sounder that would, if you're going to eat it, you're eating it, you're pigging out on it. And if you're going to pass, we had a fart gun where you had a little pass on it, farted out. So we're going to play a little eat or pass with future bets with Big Bri. Now, Big Bri went through, got some betting stuff that we're going to talk about, which Brian and I like to bet every now and then. So this is going to be some fun for all of us. Now, Bri, take it easy on us now. Let's have some fun with eat or pass, okay?
Sure. Yeah, I got you.
What is on eat or pass?
Well, first let's start looking at the season, and if you go on your FanDuel app or whoever you go through, the Browns are 9.5 victories for the season. So eat or pass. Do they get to 10? Or if it's 9 and below, then you're passing it.
Do I go first?
You want to go first, Roger?
No, you guys make the rules.
You
go for it.
You want to go first? You're first one to eat or pass. You're guest.
I'm eating on this. I think they absolutely have to win at least 10 games. I don't care how many games they win as long as it wins the North.
Okay.
That's what I expect from the Cleveland Browns this year is win the North. And I think it's going to take 10 games, so I'm going to eat on that.
All right, Sherry, eat or pass?
I, too, am going to eat on that. I am definitely at least a minimum of 10 games, if not more. They're going to win. I'm feeling optimistic tonight because I had Benadryl and coffee. So, yeah, they're going to win the division.
All right.
Wow.
Could be the drugs.
Wow.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they're winning the division this season.
It's hard to go against it just because of we've talked about the easier schedule they have, and we think the national media is sleeping on them. Now Vegas gives them a little more respect than the national media does, but they're still 13th, 14th team in the NFL according to them. But yeah, I think with this schedule, you look at it, you can split the division and you can start making some hay in your inner division games, going to the NFC teams, and you're not really playing a tough schedule there. And then you're playing the last place schedule with the AFC teams. So I don't see why they couldn't get to at least 10.
All right. Bri.
That's the problem with these is I didn't want it to just be like a homer fest because we're all probably going to take like over.
Bri, I'm going to pass on it.
Okay.
I want them to get to 10, but I have a very, very scary feeling about the first 4 games and the outcome of those first 4 games, because I have a feeling whatever dictates those first 4 games before our bye, especially with 3 in the division, I think that's going to set the tone for this season. And if they do not do good in those first 4 games, you're going to have to just pass this by, because at that point in time, how many people are going to be checked out? And it all depends on how people play in those games also, right? Because if certain people, I'm not naming names, aren't playing up to par during those games, you might, I'm going to go pass, because I hope they do, and I'm a fan, and I'm going to definitely eat like whenever I can. But those first 4 games are going to be legit. I'm being dead serious. Those are going to be what make or break this season, is those first 4 games right out of the gate. And either you're going to come together as a team or shit's going to hit the fan. And I'm afraid shit might hit the fan after those 4 games. So
you're thinking they might go 1-3 in the first 4? If I can read you right.
1 or 3 or 2-2. I mean, if they go 2-2, that's kind of okay, but that still puts you behind the 8 ball at that point in time. Especially if you only have 1 division win and you're 1-2 in the division at that point in time. I can see that 2-2, Bri, but it's tough. You don't know, and that's the thing. We're way too early into this, but that's why they call it future bets, right?
Oh yeah. So I guess we'll start with you then for the next one. They do have week 1 odds out for the Browns Bengals, and the Browns are getting 2.5 points. You want to eat or pass it?
Oh, I'm eating that.
Okay. You think they win outright? Right.
They got something with the Bengals. I don't know what it is about the Bengals, but they have something with the Bengals. And plus, it's the first game, and first game's always fluky as shit, Bri. Now, we thought this before, and then Tennessee pretty much stomped a mud hole in our ass as they walked through us.
Mm-hmm.
Still concerned, but I think that's one of the games that they're going to win, and I think they're going to win the Monday night game there in Pittsburgh.
Okay, 2-0. I like that stuff.
All right. What about you, Sherry? Eat or pass?
I'm just speaking from previous experience and observation. Every time I go to the home opener, I'm terrified, I'm excited, and then I'm let down. But that being said, it hasn't been against the Bengals. I think we're going to win against the Bengals. Like you said, there's some sort of machismo or something. Maybe Myles Garrett's making stupid faces the whole time and we can't see it, and he's psyching out Joe Burrow. Whatever that is, we're going to win. And I'm not just being a homer this time. We're going to win this game. So I'm going to eat on that.
Eat or pass, Roger?
Man, you guys don't have because I always sip on Dawg Chug in the middle. No. I'm going to send it back to the kitchen. It's a little pink. See if they'll flip it on the grill a few times for me,
No, we don't have.
All right. Then you know what? I'm gonna eat on it. Even though we won an opening game, and since I had hair before, I mean, as anybody, I can't even remember.
How many?
Wait till I get it down before you see.
I can't, and it's a trap because it could turn into a 51-0 Bud Carson shellacking. Either way. And I'm gonna eat on it. I think we're gonna beat the Bengals. You know why? Because you hit on it. Kevin Stefanski's got his number, man. There's something about it. Stefanski's got the Bengals number, and I think because we always play him good. I don't think Burrow beat Broke. He didn't even beat Broken Mayfield. Broken Baker beat him.
No,
so,
right?
Yeah.
Sure
so
did.
I'm eating on that one.
Right, eat or pass.
All right. I guess I got to be the wet blanket here. I don't want to be. Obviously, you know me, but hey, the Browns and openers, and it took a miracle 58-yard kick for them to win one last year, and something. I mean, I tried to talk myself into it because the Bengals had a slow start at the beginning of last year. They lost to the Steelers in week 1. And I think they lost another game in the first month. But, yeah, I know we've had the Bengals number, but part of me thinks maybe that could have been Joe Woods because the defense has always played well against them, at least the last few times. And, I got to see Schwartz. I believe in Schwartz, but yeah, it's not the Browns in the opener, man. It just it cuts deep, and I can't say that a 58-yard miracle field goal after we tried to give it away to Baker Mayfield, makes me feel better.
I forgot all about it. We beat Baker to open the season, didn't we?
Yes,
right.
We did.
Yeah,
He was
Andy had
partially
me drunk that day. We were out at a bar, and Andy had me drunk. That's why I didn't remember.
Hey,
Good reason to get drunk.
hey, so were all of us at the point in time with Cade York making that kick. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
we put our hopes were on Cade York. You know what? And that's a good point because Brian brought it up. Cade York, Joe Woods lost to Baker Mayfield. It wasn't for Cade York. You know what I mean? Joe Woods lost to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield beat Joe Woods last year that day. Cade York.
If you remember, it was night and day. You remember they just absolutely dominated them in the first half. I mean, I don't even know if they had 50 yards of offense. It was just a massacre. And then towards the end, I don't know if we just started believing in ourselves a little too much and broken play after broken play. It was ugly.
You let a guy like Mayfield in, and that's what he's always going to be. If you give him an opening, Baker will always get you to that. Maybe not always. Every other year, every third year, he'll get you to a playoff game, maybe. And that was Baker's ceiling.
That was partially broken Baker. He was just partially broken. So
Partially broken. All right, Brian, next one.
So I'll roll 3 in together because they all have similar odds. They're all between plus 300 and plus 350. So tell me which one you feel most confident in. Is it Amari Cooper getting 10 receiving touchdowns? Is it Deshaun Watson getting 5 rushing touchdowns? Or is it Deshaun Watson getting 30 passing touchdowns?
I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson, 5 rushing touchdowns. I think that's going to be the one because I think they're going to do a couple sneaks with him down there in the end zone where he can get the 5. I'm still, Brian, you know me, I'm still leery about the 30 passing touchdowns and the 10 receiving touchdowns. I could see 8. I could see 9. Double digits. It's hard for me to see because there's too many weapons on this team, and the ball is supposed to be supposed to be spread around to everybody. So you got Tillman, Moore, DPJ, Njoku, Cooper. I think the most realistic one is the 5 rushing touchdowns with Deshaun Watson. What about you, Roger?
You know what? The Watson 5 touchdowns I think is easy. I think they're going to do a lot out of the pistol. I think he's going to he does more after the play breaks down than any quarterback. I think that's a big key to the Browns is the offensive lineman learning that about him to continue to hold blocks. And I think that's going to. But I'm going to go with what was the first one?
Cooper 10 receiving touchdowns.
I don't know with Elijah Wood. I think that they're going to be spread out. I don't want to. I'm going to go with the Cooper because I do think he's a wide receiver one. I'm going to go with the 10 touchdowns. I am. I think he's going to be the guy that Watson finds comfort in going to when he really needs to go to somebody.
All right, Sherry.
Okay, statistics aside, numbers aside, data aside, I'm going with the 5 rushing touchdowns from Mr. Watson. He is leggy. He's quick. We don't need the numbers to back us up because we have eyes. And he could run the ball. So that's exciting to me in its own right. So
you know what? I watched a playoff game. It was a year before all the trouble started with him. And he was down at about the 3. He took the snap and they had him. They had him tackled. He bounced off of one of they had him. He was dead, and somehow he gets out of it. They kept him on his feet by trying to drive. I don't even know how he got out of it.
He's a little bit magic. There's a little bit of magic there.
It was just that's what I hope to see. That's what I expect to see actually for all that money. Is
absolutely
plays like that and getting the ball in the end zone. And I expect him to do it because you just don't stop being an elite athlete. You know what I mean? I think last year they sent him out there with the playbook and see what works, what doesn't, and let him get his feet wet. And I don't think you forget how to be an elite athlete.
There's a scientific phenomenon called muscle memory. It doesn't go away. It's called muscle memory for a reason. And he has a lot of it. So watch out.
I guess, you know what, Joe Burrow sat for what? How many years did he sit at Ohio State? And then he won a natty in 1 year. And then he goes to the Bengals out of the draft, and he's in the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. And you know what I mean? After sitting, elite talent doesn't forget how to be elite. If he was 31, I'd be worried. But he's in his prime. Guys sit all the time. Look at Aaron Rodgers sat. Steve Young sat. Guys sit. He missed a year and a half or whatever, but I think after this full season being in the system, I expect him to be an elite top. I won't get crazy 10, but I expect him to be a top 5 quarterback. I think he has that kind of talent.
I'm with Sherry and the Fat Man. I think Deshaun gets to 5 rushing touchdowns, and believe it or not, that's the one with the best odds. That's plus 340. So the other 2 are like plus 300 or something. But I just don't see how, if he's on and he's healthy, he likes to scramble around. He's always going to have his eyes downfield, and obviously you have Nick Chubb at the goal line, which is going to be tempting to hand it to him. But yeah, I think he finds a way. Maybe he scores 2 in one game, and then he gets a couple more later in the year, especially because, with the cold weather, he's not going to be looking to throw it a ton. He'll look to tuck it. And if you give him a lane, I see with our offensive line, I don't see why you couldn't even call a couple of draws near the goal line and get a couple or a couple sneaks with the rules for the NFL now.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess the next one we'll do is we'll go rapid fire. Because I'm guessing a lot of us will take the over for these. So I'm going to have you guys guess what the over-under is for the yards for the season for some of these top Browns players. So what do you think the over-under is for Deshaun Watson passing yards this year?
2,300.
23, okay. Cherry?
I'm going to say all of them.
All of them? Roger?
All the yards.
3,100.
Roger's closest is 36. So it sounds like maybe you guys would have gone under. 36.25 for his passing yards. What do you think for Nick Chubb rushing yards this year? What's the over-under?
1,600.
Okay. Sherry?
I'm going around 2,000.
2,000. Wow. Nice.
I'm going to go 1,200, 1,250.
There you go, Roger. Very close, 1,200. That is correct. So maybe you guys are big on Nick Chubb. So hopefully your predictions are correct.
Amari, you know what? Buffalo would have killed to have Nick Chubb in how many of the last playoffs?
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
take the ball out of.
Give me Nick Chubb in the fourth quarter when we got a 10-point lead.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mari, what do you got? Receiving yards.
1,100.
1,100. Okay, Sherry.
1,746.
Wow, big things from Sherry. All right, Roger, what you got?
You set up for Amari Cooper.
Go for the sweep. Yeah, for the sweep.
Amari Cooper. Receiving yards, I'm going to go 1,300 yards.
All right, Fat Man wins that one. Believe it or not, it's only 925.
Wow.
So if he gets to 1,000, you win your bet. And bonus bet is they have him at 6.5 touchdowns. So I'm with Roger. I think he goes above that. That might be one of my favorite bets. To get to 7 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a fun one.
All right. So the other one, Myles Garrett. He's second for Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Parsons is number 1. I think 650. Myles is 750. Do you think Myles gets his first Defensive Player of the Year?
I'm eating that all day. I think with this defense, I think he is going to finally flourish and be the Aaron Donald that we need him to be here in Cleveland. I think this is his year, Brian.
Okay. I like that answer.
Jerry?
Question. Are we allowed to say hell? You might want to turn the volume down a little bit for my answer.
Go ahead.
Give it to us.
Hell yes. He's getting it. There's not a single doubt in my mind. I'm excited about Schwartzy. I'm excited about the magic that those two are going to develop together. And he's getting it this year. It's his year.
Roger?
Boy, I'll tell you what. You know what? I'm not a big Myles Garrett fan. I am of Myles Garrett's talent. And sometimes I think Myles Garrett has more talent than anybody plays edge rusher in the NFL. There's sometimes where I wish Myles Garrett played like some of the other defensive or edge rushers in the NFL with the
Come on, Roger.
You know what? I want to send it back because they put scallops on it. Just scrape them off and bring it back out to me and stay in the middle. But I think Myles Garrett has all the talent in the world, and he absolutely could win Defensive Player of the Year if Myles Garrett wants to win Defensive Player of the Year. How about that?
Okay.
Right?
Oh, boy. I guess I'm thinking maybe I'll pass it. Just because I think Defensive Player of the Year is like they want to give it to somebody new, like somebody who just arrived, like an Ahmed Gardner for the Jets, or Nick Bosa last year, or Micah Parsons. Yeah, yes. They want to give it to a young guy. Myles Garrett's been around for a while.
He has a chance. Yeah.
Right. Like Chandler Jones has been around for a while, been putting up numbers so like Myles Garrett is going to have to get at least 20 sacks to even have a chance at this. So, yeah, I think they overlook him again, even though he hasn't gotten any Defensive Player of the Year awards. I don't know if the incident with Mason Rudolph still hangs over his head a little bit and people are against him for that. But I think it's going to be tough for him to do. So the other one with the Browns player is Nick Chubb. And believe it or not, he is the favorite to lead the NFL in rushing this year at plus 600. Do you think he gets there?
I don't. I think what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to showcase Deshaun Watson. And I have a feeling that he's going to take a step back this year. I want him to get his yards. I want him to do good, Bri. I really do, because I think he is the true face of this franchise. Comes in, does his work, goes home. You don't hear anything about him. He is just one of those guys that just is, let's play football. And I wish him the best, but I don't think he's getting it this year, Bri. I think he's going to probably finish third, maybe fourth. I think there's going to be a couple guys that are going to be above him, especially in Atlanta, probably, and Don't know about Tennessee. I always got to worry about Derrick Henry. So we'll see how it goes. But I want it to come true, Bri, but I don't think it's going to.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Sherry?
This is painful because also I get emotional and I fall in love with players like Nick Chubb because he's so smart. He's so thoughtful. Everything he does is extremely calculated because he's brilliant at the position he plays. In my fantasy land, that is my head, of course, he gets that. But like Fatty touched on, they spent way too much money for Deshaun Watson. So they're going to push their prize pony out. And unfortunately, it's going to take away from our beloved Nick Chubb's talent.
Roger?
It's unfortunate for Nick Chubb because he had every opportunity to win an NFL rushing title, and Freddie Kitchens and John Dorsey decided to throw the football and try to save their jobs in a season that was nothing but pure garbage. Because Nick Chubb wins the rushing title if he carries the ball 20 times in that last game of that season. Unfortunately, no, Nick Chubb won't win a rushing title. Everybody's worried about us wasting Nick Chubb's talent. I think Nick Chubb's talent is going to shine when we need him the most. And like I said, in the fourth quarter, how about the Bills? They would have loved to have Nick Chubb running the football, and taking the pressure off of Josh Allen. Nick Chubb is going to come up. Did Emmitt Smith, did the Dallas Cowboys sit back and say, you know what, we got Troy Aikman and we got Michael Irving. We don't need Emmitt Smith. Let's just trade Emmitt Smith. Why in the world would the Browns trade? That talk drove me. I had to get off Twitter when they wanted to trade Nick Chubb. Unfortunately, I think unless he just has some killer fourth quarters, I think against Nick Chubb carry the ball 8 to 10 times in the first quarter of football games. I think they're going to be throwing the football a lot, running out of the pistol. I think they're going to use the kid from Cincinnati, Ford, a lot in the backfield. And I think you're going to see Nick Chubb shine and carry us to a lot of victories on the back of Nick Chubb in the fourth quarter. When our defense is the key, I think Jim Schwartz is the key to this whole thing. And our defense keep teams within 20 points. You keep a team under 20 points with this offense, this high-powered offense, and you get to the fourth quarter, a 10-point lead, and give the football to Nick Chubb, there's no stopping the Cleveland Browns if it works out that way.
Brady,
to answer your question, no, I'm not eating on it.
No. Okay. Pass it.
You get a long way it's a long way for me to get to an answer. But I think they're going to use them the way that they should use them. And Nick Chubb's going to see a lot of W's for us this year.
I'm not sure if Sherry was thinking ahead to our Condiment segment, but I thought you might have called him Deshaun Watson there for us.
Did I? I might have. I might have. I had fried too
like
much
that.
Benadryl.
Hey, maybe that's just what I'm hearing because I'm super hungry, but Deshaun Watson sounded good to me. I think I'm buying this. I think I'm eating it. He's a machine, and I don't know if this offense, I'm pretty sure he's not going to get as many carries as he's gotten in the past, but he doesn't have a Kareem Hunt taking him from him. So I think that doesn't eat into his workload as much as maybe we think because the offense is going to be a little more pass heavy. But like Roger was saying in the fourth quarter, what was it? Was it 2020 where he had that ridiculous 10 yards a carry average?
Yes.
And what happened in 2020? We won a heck of a lot of games. So I'm hoping we win a heck of a lot of games this year, and he just salts away the victories and wears you down. And so I think he's still as strong as he's ever been. And I think maybe his carries go down, but his average goes up. He could be averaging 6 yards a carry this year. So I'm excited for it. The one guy that maybe I think could overtake him would be a guy like Jonathan Taylor. He didn't have a great season last year, but he's got a running quarterback now. Yeah. So typically running backs with running quarterbacks, they seem to do pretty well. But give me Nick Chubb, and then we'll wrap it up with I just got some long shots here, and see if you guys would bite on any of these. I'd probably place a couple dollar bets on some. I'm surprised these odds are so high, to be honest, but believe it or not. So the Browns are plus 700 to get to the AFC Championship game, which kind of was a little bit I don't know if I would buy that one. Would anybody buy that one? $700 to get to the AFC Championship? That's asking a lot.
I'd put $5 on it.
Okay.
Hey,
That would be awesome.
Right? I mean, it's just $5. I mean, I spend more than that at McDonald's most of the time. So
you can't get a straw at McDonald's for $5.
There we go.
Well, maybe your odds or your mind would change. So Nick Chubb is plus 1,000 to get 15 rushing touchdowns, which I think I would put probably $5 on that one. So
definitely put
$5. You get what, 50? Is that?
Yeah.
And then the Browns to go undefeated in the AFC North, which is 6-0, is plus 5,000.
Wow.
That's like a decent bet for me. I mean, it is a tough ask, but you get a couple things to fall your way, plus 5,000. I mean, that's hot. That's almost double their odds to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
What does that cost me? $15 to lay those?
Yeah, probably something like that. You're always losing money with Vegas. It's not as good as it sounds. That's all I got, though. If you want to, any last thoughts? I had like other teams over-unders, but we're kind of up against it, so maybe we'll get to that some other time.
We'll get to those some other time.
I'm not putting my snack money up against that. I'm keeping my snack money in my pocket.
Hey.
Come on.
Hold on, Bri. Hold on. Wait for this. You hush up over there. You got to go get something out of your refrigerator right now.
Me?
Yeah, you. You didn't get 300 votes. Shoot.
I thought.
Go get it.
I thought if I got 300 votes.
Go get it.
Am I going to barf on camera?
Go get it.
Doing shots or something?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Okay. I'm a team player.
She's going to eat pork on camera?
No.
I like pork. Damn it.
We ended up getting 95 votes, and she goes, if I don't get 300 votes, I'm going to eat a condiment on the show. And one guy chimed in and said, it's got to be the worst condiment, the one that you don't like a lot, that you got to take a spoonful on the show. So go to your fridge. I know it's in the fridge. Go get that.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, mayo. It's mayo all day. She's getting
mayo.
Full mayo tonight.
Get some Duke's mayo.
Can I put a little mustard on top of it?
Nope.
Damn it.
Be gone.
Okay.
Be gone. All right, so Roger, this is your first time, so I can't wait to show you this.
And now it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
Yes.
It is.
I am honored to be.
And we're talking condiments tonight. Now, Sherry put up the poll out, Brian, and it says, do you have a favorite condiment? And we don't know what I'm not even going to read up what the word was, but she doubled down on it. She got 95 votes on it. So far it was a yes, but she said, if I don't get 300 votes on this, I'm going to eat a spoonful of a condiment. All right. No.
Bertman's?
The other one, you know better. There it is. Hey, use the Bertman's as a chaser.
Well, why do you think I
brought
it over here?
There you go. You got the answer.
There.
There it is. Bertman's with the chaser. Right there. Here we go.
Can I use a smaller spoon?
You just got to do a little bit.
Why wouldn't you just grab a small spoon?
Okay.
We wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Tell us you're Giants.
I would have used vanilla pudding and pretend it was.
There you see.
Roger, I'm not that smart, Roger.
But I'm from West 69th Street. I'll flip run
I know.
on you.
Let me get a smaller spoon for the love of God.
She's getting
banana pudding.
Okay.
So Bri brought up the wonderful thing about condiments, and we talk condiments all the time because Bri and I are absolute whores when it comes to condiments, especially certain condiments, mostly mustard condiments.
Yes.
So Bri, we have. So what is your favorite name brand condiment, Bri?
It's hard. Obvious mustard and barbecue sauce. I have at least 3 of each in my refrigerator at a time. I'm going down to Cincinnati, I think, and I'm going Montgomery and barbecue sauce. It's the most versatile.
Goes on.
I love some other ones, but that's your number one too?
No, that is not my number one. Is the Golden's spicy brown mustard. That is my one name brand I gotta have in my fridge.
Okay.
All right, Roger, do you have a name brand that you like to have in your fridge?
Okay, you're just going strictly name brand, nothing that's exotic or.
No. We'll get exotic later. You haven't been
Sure.
to Fat Boy
Okay,
Tuesday.
and we don't consider the Burtman's name
Burtman's
brand.
is
That's
name
local,
brand.
right?
That's name brand.
No, yeah. That's name brand. We know
Well,
Burton's.
there's not a day that goes by where Burtman's isn't in my refrigerator. It's got to be Burtman's. Stadium's good, but Burtman's is always in the refrigerator.
All right, Sherry, do you
Nice.
have a name brand that you have to have? Is it Burtman's?
Well, you have to understand. I've lived all over the country, and some things are regional, some things are not. My favorite is the mustard that you spoke about. That's what I grew up on. That's what I was weaned on. That's what the kosher hot dogs always held. There's no such thing as this in South Florida. So therefore, I'm going to take the nationally recognized mustard. However, since I'm local, this one is my number 2 favorite mustard. My number 1 is Stadium mustard.
Stadium mustard too, Brian.
Stadium
There
mustard.
is a slight difference.
There's a slight difference.
No, hold on. All right, so go ahead, Brian.
Well, I was going to say, you guys all did mustard, so I feel like I got to throw a mustard out there, and I'm going to throw out one. I'm sure you've had it, or at least seen it. And I don't even know how to pronounce it. Wober's.
Oh, yeah.
Wober's hot and spicy mustard.
Yeah, Wober's is the.
Yeah, hot and sweet. I don't even know. I just looked in my fridge.
It goes by another name that I grew up with. And somebody once said to me that I guess it's local. Where's that from? Do you know?
No, not even sure.
Now, is there generic brands that you'll go out and buy that you're just kind of okay with, that you like keep in the fridge? Because like for us here, like any kind of yellow mustard, I'll do whatever kind of yellow mustard because yellow mustard is just yellow mustard.
Ketchup.
But ketchup
all
can
the
be a
same.
little different. Like
I'm taking.
Pretty much the same. Oh, yeah? Hopefully
Yeah,
not
no,
Heinz.
I'm going to tell you what. Get your hands on some Smucker's tomato ketchup.
Oh,
Maybe.
You
wow.
got to try
Maybe.
some ketchup.
I don't think I've ever had
Smucker's
that.
makes a tomato ketchup that you will not want another ketchup as long as you.
shut up.
Have
Where
you
do
guys?
you buy it at?
And it comes in a jar like a jam jar. And you can buy it
Wow.
at the Smucker store, sometimes Mark's, but you can buy it online.
Mark's?
And it's the
Okay.
best
I'll
ketchup.
check out at Mark's.
Okay, Mark,
Smucker's ketchup is the best ketchup you'll
Great.
ever have.
hold
Have
on.
you ever tried Red Gold? That
Oh.
ketchup is elite.
That's pretty good ketchup, yeah.
That's elite ketchup. I wouldn't buy Heinz. No offense, Roger. I might not try the Smuckers. Red Gold has got my heart.
Now, Craig Foster came in here with the Cleveland Ketchup Company having a.
Is that real?
Seen that? Yeah, it is.
Is that
I've
real?
seen it.
That's a real
I've never
thing.
had it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they do it. There's a Cleveland mustard company too, and they got like a jalapeno mustard too that looks really.
Mm.
Really?
There's a lot of really good, like, small stuff out there locally.
I mean,
right
I'm not
now.
gonna lie, guys. I've been trying to shop them for years to be the sponsor of Fat Boy Tuesday. I mean, how
Okay.
can you not have Cleveland Ketchup Company and Mustard Company be the sponsor for Fat
For
Boy?
all the hot dogs. For all the hot dogs.
It's funny. We had a big family cookout, and I was in charge of the food and the condiments. And Ross, the sock boss over at Dawg Chug, he went to a cookout, and it was like all generic condiments. And he's like, if I'm coming to your cookout, have good condiments, man. Don't have Value City or
Great
Value
value.
Time.
Great value.
Mhm.
Hold on. I gotta go opposite of that because guess what? The private stash is for private parties only.
I
If you
get
just
I
big-
Oh,
get-
boy.
You got to know the
Oh,
cook, right?
jeez.
Hey, if you're having that kind of a party, I don't give a crap what's out there for everybody else. You got your private stash in the house. That
Oh, so you
people-
play favorites.
Oh, I don't play
I'm-
favorites.
Yeah.
at all.
Don't go to
I-
his cookouts. Do not go there.
I'm a Costco shopper, so
That's
Not
whatever
worth
I
your
get.
gas.
Let them eat cake. I give the good condiments to everybody at a
No,
cookout.
I don't share.
Very
The good
generous.
stuff. I keep in the I keep in the
You're
safe.
really
I keep in the
generous.
mustard safe.
You're
Hey,
so
I found
Too
a good
generous.
mustard. It's Great Lakes Brewing Company and Bertman's
It's very
makes a
good.
beer mustard that's tremendous.
very
I
good.
found it at Walmart. I
Have
found
you
it at
tried-
Walmart.
Have you tried their
Bertman's,
barbecue sauce?
Mark's
Yeah,
and Walmart
saw they
has
got
it.
Dortmund's.
Oh, I eat the Edmund Fitzgerald barbecue sauce. That's my go-to barbecue.
Downhill.
But I got a bone to pick with you guys. Barbecue sauce is not a condiment; it's a sauce. It's just like ranch. People consider ranch a condiment. That's a dressing. Barbecue sauce is just made for barbecue.
No.
You don't put it on burgers.
I put it on chicken
Does
nuggets.
Rogers
I am a
think
child.
that hot dogs
You're
and
going to
tacos?
strip my picture?
Roger, you forget.
You're gonna have to mute them. You're gonna have to mute them.
Hold on.
Do it.
Here, hold on. Roger, you got to realize what show you're on. And this is illegal ham to the face with Fat Boy Tuesday. And guess what? Ranch is a condiment. It goes on more than one thing than salads. Barbecue sauce is a condiment. It goes on anything.
Chicken nuggets. Exactly.
Chicken nuggets. Bri, you've had it on pizza. What else have we had it on? Have you?
Barbecue sauce.
What about fried pickles?
Oh, I have
What if
barbecue
you're
chicken
feeling-
pizza.
What if you're feeling sassy and you want to try your deep fried pickles and barbecue sauce?
There it is.
Sure, mozzarella sticks.
Exactly.
And one of the things, guess what? If I don't have ketchup on the side for my French fries, there's a barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
I'll put barbecue sauce down.
Amen. Or sweet and sour
I had
sauce.
said in the poll that the most dangerous person is the one that has the one condiment for everything. On Sherry's poll for the show. That's the guy you got to look out for. I'm going to respect your condiment choices. I'm at your place. I respect your decisions.
When I think condiments, I think of a sauce. Like, I understand barbecue goes on barbecue, but I also can look at it and go, barbecue goes on a lot more than just barbecue. And I've done it, with French fries. You run out of ketchup, you got to dink it in barbecue sauce. Like, I've seen it. Bri's favorite burger is a barbecue burger. I can almost
Oh, yeah.
right now.
For sure.
He loves a Western burger with an onion ring on it, with barbecue sauce and everything. That's Bri's favorite burger.
Yeah, I got a kid who'll put barbecue sauce on waffles if you let him.
Good for him.
That kid is amazing. That kid's
He's a beast.
right there.
Chooch, Jack the Chooch. Yeah, he likes his barbecue sauce.
He's doing it right. I think semantics aside, it's a condiment. We don't have to use proper language to describe our sauces. We could use them, or the viscous liquid you like to put your chicken nuggets in. We could call it that.
Stop getting
Hey guys, where am I at with this on your scale? I like a Duke's mayo. Have you ever had Duke's mayo?
I have
tried it. Duke's, man. Get Duke's mayo. It's elite mayo.
I got mayo on this spoon.
But I take Duke's mayo and A1, and that's what I'm on a kick right now with my burgers. With onion.
Are you gonna count it down?
Raw onion.
There it is. Right there.
All right, I got to pay my dues.
Yep.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see. You see?
That's
that
not
much.
a spoonful. That's not a spoonful.
That is more than enough.
Go ahead.
Roger, we're
Go
gonna
ahead.
boot you.
You
This is
promised.
more, I could smush it out and it'll be a spoonful, okay?
You promised.
I won't throw up.
She is not happy.
Stick out your tongue.
That's gotta make sure you swallowed it. Don't you
Hey.
get off camera.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. One night we had Mick, who is the president. Oh, that is. Oh yeah.
Oh, she is not
She's
happy.
taking it.
Oh boy, she's
Jason. There you go. There you go.
There it is. All right, now it's
Better.
all right.
Oh my God. I might need a little follow up of that mustard. I need a little more.
We had Mick. We had Mick from down under. He's the president of Brownsbacker in Sydney, Australia. We had him on the Dawg Chug. He'll come visit you guys. You got to do like a 10 p.m. on Saturday, so it's Sunday at 2 o'clock for him. But I ate a Vegemite sandwich. So I don't feel bad. Have you ever had the Vegemite?
No.
Part of my Vegemite sandwich?
Let me
Heard
I
the
ate
song.
one of those. It's like black tar. It's like a resin. It's like I scraped out my bong in 1982 and put it on bread. That's what it's like.
All right. So, all right.
It's
now
awful.
Rails here. One more
Vegemite.
before we go into our top three, so we all can get out of here.
Okay.
Now, this is a big one in my house. Miracle Whip or mayo?
Oh,
Bri?
Neither. I'm not a big mayo guy. It doesn't matter to me. I'll eat it, but I don't have a preference.
All right, Sherry, as she's trying to get the taste out of her mouth right now.
No, it's all mustard. I'm happy. I don't like either, so it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Roger?
Mayo, Jukes mayo. Miracle Whip, put it in. If you're going to make potato salad or macaroni salad, put a little Miracle Whip for a tang, but I don't want it on my sandwich.
All right. Well, shit. Well, I guess I'm the only one with Miracle Whip. All right. Well, let's get into our top three so we all can get out of here and survive this night. So let me click.
I need a beverage.
So we're going to go top three condiments that are in your fridge right now that are your favorites. And I'll go first to set the barrier for everybody. Number 3, I have a Walmart brand horsey sauce in my fridge right now that I am happy about because I love horseradish, and the horsey sauce is delicious. Number 2, now I love hot sauce. I love, sriracha, all that stuff. But one that I have to have in my fridge, no matter what happens, is the generic vinegar hot sauce, whether it be like the Louisiana hot sauce or, like a little bit of Frank's Red Hot or whatever I can get my hands on, that kind of vinegar hot sauce.
That's cayenne pepper hot sauce.
You are terrible at this. So your first two are generic and generic.
You said name brand.
Yoder's horseradish I have I got Yoder's fresh.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I have Frank's Red Hot sauce in mine.
Thank you.
Okay. And then my number 1 has got to be the Golden's brown mustard. I love that stuff. All right. There, you happy?
Yes.
I'm happy. Yes. We're back to the generic West Virginia jersey all over again.
Easy killer.
Yeah, let me go next just because I got low battery flashing at me here, just in case I fall off. So I gave you Montgomery Inn already, so I'm going to give you 3 that I haven't mentioned, and they're kind of similar. Number 3 is, have you ever had Mike's Hot Honey? I believe it's called Mike's on your pizza. It's expensive stuff, but it really makes your pizza fantastic. So that's my 3. My number 2, I haven't mentioned Jim Beam Maple Bourbon Barbecue Sauce yet. So that's my another go-to, a sweeter barbecue sauce.
Intense.
And then number 1 is Frank's, I think it's called Stingin' Honey Garlic. Have you ever had that yet?
No.
It's almost like a bourbon sauce, but it's a little sweet. It's a little spicy. You got to try it. It's like a wing sauce. It comes in one of those big Frank's bottles. Definitely recommend.
Wow. Okay. All right, Sherry.
You ready for this?
Yep.
I don't have an example, but you know what I'm going to say. The little packet of hot mustard you get from the Chinese place that you put on your egg roll.
No, because if he's going to
Really?
about name brand.
I don't know the name brand of that. Can I get the packet? Can we look and see if there's a name brand
That's
on it?
one of your favorite mustards, huh? Hey, if that's your favorite, then that's your favorite.
It's not like you're going to be able to read it. It's in Mandarin.
Oh, Roger. You don't remember who I worked with these past 15 years. Anyway, my Mandarin is better than his. So, okay, that I cannot live without for egg rolls. So for me, I compartmentalize condiments. I don't know if that's kosher or not for this game, but I cannot eat an egg roll without that specific mustard. So that is always on standby.
Okay.
Understandable. Okay.
Number 2, another regional thing. I lived in Syracuse, New York, the home of Dinosaur Barbecue, some of the best barbecue you'll ever eat in your entire life.
Oh.
And if you don't believe me, I will fight you. They have a barbecue sauce. It's spicy, called Wango Tango. It is spicy and out of this world. I don't want to live my life without Wango Tango. So that would be, well, I'm not ranking them because forget about that. Because that I'll put on my chicken nuggets and I'll put that on my French fries, whatever I want to put it on, Roger. And
put it on dinosaur nuggets, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You know what
Gator
I know
nuggets?
that from is Tommy Boy. Don't they go? I think they go to Dinosaur Barbecue.
Dinosaur Land. When he hits,
Isn't that what it's from?
yeah, it's when he hits him in the face with the
Yeah. You said that, and that's where my mind went. Yeah, I love
What's
that.
going on, Tibbs?
Oh
All right,
my
last
God.
one, Sherry.
Sorry. Back
Okay,
to number
sorry.
one.
Focus. Okay, this one's very Jewish. Are you ready? You ready? What I grew up with. It's horseradish, but it's dyed with beet juice to be like purpley red.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably Manischewitz, whatever the kosher variety is. That's always in the fridge.
Nice. I'm going to get
All right.
because it sounds delicious. All right, Roger, your top three?
Right now, I'm hooked on the is a top shelf is the Bertman's GLBC mustard, beer mustard. I'm putting it on everything: dogs, burgers, brats. I was going to put it on some ravioli yesterday.
Do it.
It's so
Do
damn good. And then, of course, Bertman's. There's always a different kind of mustard. The Warblers is always in the fridge. So that I'm an A1 Heinz 57 number 2, and Duke's Mayo for me is number 3. Duke's Mayo is those are my top 3 right now.
All right, Brian. Let's
There's an honorable mention, hot sauce, which I don't consider. I consider hot sauce a spice and not a condiment. A little salt, a little pepper, a little hot spice, hot sauce. I consider it in the spice family. But there's a buddy of mine. His name's Mike Killick, and he makes Killick hot sauce, and you can find that online too. Cleveland, locally owned, and he is a school teacher. Started making hot sauce, and now he's big time, man. You can find him online. Find him in a couple stores local up in Cleveland. Killik Killick. Excellent hot sauce. Bunch of different, variety flavors. Really good stuff, man. So
I live in Cleveland. I'm gonna look for it.
There you go. Yeah, look it up online. Have you guys ever heard of? We were down camping and they cooked steaks, and me, not a big steak guy, so I had a burger, but they had steak sauce called Bob's Country Sauce. Have you ever heard of that?
no.
Have you really? I saw your face light up. It was really good.
Yes.
Oh man.
What, do you buy it at like Texas Roadhouse or something?
I have no clue where you can get it, but my dad gets it. And I love that shit.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Okay, I have this steak sauce, and I'm not a steak sauce person, and I think it's from the restaurant Delmonico. It is
Oh yeah, Delmonico.
so good. The steak
Yeah.
sauce is like amazing. It's like a symphony of different shit in
Yeah,
the steak sauce.
they have really. You gotta buy it.
Flavors, so many
Delmonico,
flavors.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
You realize I haven't had dinner yet.
Sometimes you can find it at Mark's. I've seen it at Mark's Delmonico. Yeah.
Okay,
So good.
Cool.
All right.
You know what? Before you guys close, I got a recipe I want to give to you guys because you're my heroes food wise. I know you love chili dogs. I got a little recipe I want to give to you. You keep it on the back burner, but this is maybe for a Browns game when it's like just bad weather. You're just home alone watching it on TV. And these are my button and eggs glizzies. All right, there's a recipe for 2 buttons and eggs glizzies for 2. You take 4 Nathan Franks and you chop them thin and you fry them in butter. All right, take 4 eggs, you whip them with milk in a bowl. You pour them into the hot dogs once they start browning, and you brown it all together. You make a fried egg out of it. You don't want to make it scrambled. You want to keep it a fried egg. Flip it over with the burnt hot dogs in the egg. Then you get 4 of the New England rolls. You ever see the hot dog, the New England split tops? Take those. And you put that, you put the buttons and eggs inside each bun, and then you get some coney sauce, some chili, whatever your favorite is. I like to make my own. I like it dark. You guys ever remember the old-fashioned hot dog inn? Used to be on 41st and Lorraine Avenue. I used to get quarts to go to make these. But then I pour the chili sauce on top of them, and then you put onion, some tomato. If you want cheese, throw some cheese on there, and you want to have that's a glizzy. Right there, buttons and eggs, man.
Hey, Roger, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm on 2% here, so you want to get to the trivia real quick? What do you want to do?
Yep, trivia real quick.
Okay, number 16.
No, you're fine.
No, you can get to the story. I'll probably bow out here once it dies, so it gets back to that. But before I head out, what we got? Number 16. You got Chargers. Roger, what do you think? Did you hear the trivia?
No, give it to me again. I'm sorry.
Other than the Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Bengals, who do you think is the next team to win the Super Bowl?
Man, I got to go with the Bills, man.
You got the Bills? Okay, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys, really?
Really?
And
Rise sideways.
And Bri is out.
God.
That's okay. His phone died. No, no big deal. We've done that before. I mean, we went over tonight because we got a special guest here. So before we get out of here, Roger, why don't you tell everybody where they can see you at?
I
Network.
didn't know Brian had to get out, and I thought you were getting ready to. I wanted to share that with you. I'll tell you what. Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Dawg Chug. Tomorrow night is going to be a vet is coming on from Bougie Sports. Also, we do Live in the Guard Life with Nick Carnes and Jacob Roach. I do that. That comes out on. Usually, we tape it on a Sunday night, so it comes out Monday around lunch. And then I also do some writing for NEO Sports Insiders. NEO Sports, catch them. Natalie Turk publish it. It's on Twitter. So you can read me there every couple of weeks. I write something for them.
He's the only baseball articles I could tolerate.
And everybody go check him out. Check him out at Dawg Chug. Check him out at Network 216. He'll be joining us in October the 22nd. He's going out to drink a few beers with us and have some Melt food at Melt. Don't forget, guys, next week we will not be here on Tuesday, but you're getting a special Fat Boy Wednesday at the Wooden Nickel Bar and Grill in Valley City. We will be live there, checking out their food, checking out everything else they have to do. So can't wait for that. Sherry will be there. Both Bri and I will be there. We'll be talking a little bit of guards, probably some Browns, and definitely some Fat Boy Tuesday there, because guess what? Marking off another one on the wing list, Sherry. See what they got to deal with there. All right. So we're here at the end of our show. Roger, thank you so much for coming on with us. Had a blast.
Thank you.
I can't thank you enough, bud. I love you. You know, we'll have to do it again, just me and you one night, and just have a good time and just start shooting the shit about something.
Oh boy, we could get Saturday nights. I'm not doing nothing. You send a link and it's on, baby.
All right, we can do that. All right, we're here at the end of the show. Sherry, tell them good night.
Good night, everybody. Be good.
Since Brian's not here, God bless you. God bless America. And we want to thank our troops, our first responders. We want to thank our sponsors, City Dog Cleveland and Hero Kill Lake Erie PE. And we want to thank everybody for watching. Please click that like and subscribe up there on the YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, wherever you're at. Follow us, have some fun with us, come in the chat. Let's do it. And on that note, we are definitely uncorked, unloaded. We're out. See ya.